How we doing? Yelsraek here. We are gonna do some River City Ransom completionist. We are going to do all the things. So you'll see I've got 3 trackers up on the right hand side of the screen to kind of help me keep track of stuff. So we're completionists. This is the only thing that we could think of that I do that's food related, so shout outs to Ant for the suggestion here. So I was like, what do I do that's food related? He said, well, you know, you can collect everything in RCR. Yeah, you're right. So this category that I created on a whim because I was like, oh, you know, I wonder how long it would take to do literally everything in the game. And so for my money, that is killing all the bosses, defeating each unique gang member from all 9 gangs, and cleaning out all the shops. I mean, technically you can buy however many of anything you want. So essentially what we're going to shoot for here is buying 1 of everything. So I have a much more complete tracker that I will be keeping track of as I go. However, I have my shortcut tracker, which you see on the right hand side, that's just going to kind of guide me as I clear each boss, as I clear each mall and buy each unique item once. So, without further ado, we are still going to use Ryan because that saves 8 seconds in text. Very important. We're playing novice difficulty. And yeah, here we go. So we are going to get started in 3, 2, 1, go. So, good start. Get over here. So, we need money. Can I get him? I did. It's important for me to get him because I wanted to count this in my run where, as part of the run where I kill every member of the frat guys gang. It's a little bit scattered here. We got 1 more. Here he comes. Alrighty. That is the frat guys done. You can see I'm using a very sophisticated Microsoft Paint right here to help me keep track, which is why it's not filling in perfectly. But we're gonna make it work. We got some generic dudes. We are the first part of the strat here is we are going to farm for stone hands, which is a tale as old as time. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. That is the generic dudes done. So we got 2 of the gangs done already. And now we're going to go by stone hands. Very important. We're going to equip it right away. You notice that when you equip a book, when you read a book, one of the technique books, it stays in your inventory. That's important for the sake of this run because we have a very limited amount of inventory space. And I'm going to be buying everything, like literally everything. I need to be now cognizant of how much space I have. So, with stone hands procured, everybody say hi to Roxy. The next thing we need to do is we need to, for this route, I need a simplified way to get a bunch of money. And we're gonna leverage one of the extraneous bosses that you don't normally see. Oh, you know what? I apologize. Let's not forget. There's an optional boss in here that I just flat out ignored. Let's not ignore Moose over here. I'm not paying close enough attention to my tracker. There we go. There goes Moose. Very important. Anyway, so saving extra money. Benny and Clyde are my friends here. Here's Benny and Clyde. They drop $7 total for the two of them. Every trip in here. You see how long it takes to run back out. Well, here's a good opportunity to get another gang. They need the jocks. It's 2. Every gang has 9 gang members. So if you can get them before they run away. 6. 7. Last 2, 8 and 9. That's the jocks. They're done. So that's good. And back to Benny and Clyde again. You can just kind of coax them over to, you can coax one of them over to the other one's weapon drop by having your back turned to it. I guess I should mark. Mark on there that they are done. Oh, that is pretty funny. That is pretty funny, Gridlock. I don't know that I ever noticed that. I don't want to fight squids yet. It's unusual for you to go and grab that. Okay, cool. Alright, so I'm looking for homeboys to show up on the bridge, and that would be the only remaining gang member that I intend to fight on the bridge. And we are shooting for $95. I already took care of the jocks. Nope. Cruising along. Still no homeboys, no problem. They will get their day. And we are definitely still a glass cannon here. We're still very delicate. Very susceptible to damage. So yeah, so the key to this route I found is to leverage the hidden shop. Here's some homeboys. There's a hidden shop under the overpass. 3, 4. That has some good stuff in it. Please. First 4 gangs done. Cool. We almost have enough money. Yeah, that happens sometimes. No problem. But yeah, so what we're gonna go for here is for $100 in the shop under the overpass. There's something called the gold medal, which improves our punching power enough that we can satisfactorily grind the second Benny and Clyde. Because once you kill Benny and Clyde the first time, there's a refight of them in front of the sauna. This is good. Empty exterior. Which means homeboys in the warehouse. Still want to get them through the wall. Don't want to damage myself like I usually do. Rocco done. Now we we doing in health? We're doing okay. Not the best, but okay. Still had one more chance to ruin it, but they didn't. So here's the secret shop. And we want the gold medal. And we want to use the gold medal. Punch is up 30, willpower up 48, we get some of our stamina back, and our max power shoots up. So now, from here, checks notes, because I don't have splits running. So yeah, so now we get to have even more fun. Whoa. Whoa. Look out, guys. Just passing through. Now we're gonna skip ahead, because we now, Benny and Clyde is still the best place to farm for money. However, their second spot is a much better place to farm for money because it's a very small screen and you can run in and out of it very easily. So we are gonna go. Oh, I missed the jump, it's okay. It'll be important later, but it's okay right now. Ow. Now, I can knock them out both in one go, but now we need $813 so that we can buy out the first two malls and the underpass. So this was the very unsatisfying answer to how do I go about getting everything in this game all in one go. The answer was, what's the most efficient way to raise funds? Do that for literally 75% of the run. Because I saved up the $100, killing Benny and Clyde 1. Now I'm gonna save up $800 for Benny and Clyde 2. Also, I guess I can mark Benny and Clyde 2 as dead. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll tell you what, I will take... I'll hit the sauna now, which does qualify as one of the things to do. We'll do the booty time right now, because I would rather have my health topped off. This is the most precarious part of the run right here. And it seems rather dull, but I have to be aware enough of whether or not I'm getting my inputs right. The second twin does not stand still for long. You see him start to move right as I strike him, so... I don't have much leeway for this back and forth. After I buy out those first two malls, I have a lot more leeway, because I'll have a lot more strength, a lot more stats in general. Also, that swipe in the back from the gang member did not help. I can always re-up with another sauna trip if I really need to. It's a small price to pay. So yeah, this is, unfortunately, the most efficient way to get everything in this game. Did not get a dash punch in there, that's okay. But I assure you, later on in the run, when you see Ryan gorging himself on food, that in reality what he has is that he has a bag of holding inside his esophagus. That he's just placing all those items in there for safekeeping to give to the children after the marathon. guarantee. It's the worst part of this whole thing. Almost getting jumped on the other side. So yeah, the gold medal is what really makes this whole thing possible. Just that one-stop shop, that one item. Oh god, I think we're just gonna bail on that one. I missed them both. The good thing is, if I miss an input, I have a moment to make up my mind whether or not I think the fight is worth it. Or whether I think I should just give up on it. It's always another day. And by another day, I mean another respawn 5 seconds later. So this falls firmly into the category of when asked why is this a thing, the answer is because I wanted to know, and then once I figured it out, I was obligated to put a good run together. Because knowledge is a burden sometimes. Like, I can't not do it if I know what I'm supposed to do. Indeed. Yeah, no, this is, like, they don't drop the most money of anybody in the game, but the refresh is so simple. There's no RNG because they are just standing there. You know, as opposed to, you know, other scenarios where you have to kill gang members to spawn bosses that drop more money. Yeah, it's a very fast, it's a fast $7. That is for sure. And you have to kill them in the order that I'm killing them too. Otherwise, they both have something to say. Like when, or that they, neither of them will transition into a coin until they both had a chance to speak. So, if you were to kill them like bottom and then top, as opposed to top and then bottom, that's what you end up sitting through. Yeah, so, and that's the thing. So the trick about this farming technique, about coming over here to farm, is the transition is faster. The trade-off, though, is that you don't necessarily have a clear path to get back after you're done. Because what I'm doing right now is I'm farming enough money to buy everything that's in the first half of the game. But, as you recall, I've traversed the factory. The factory, which has that huge gap in the center, which probably only has like a 6-frame window to clear that jump. You have to clear that jump back to get back. There's no elevator, there's no door to go from right to left. There's only a door to go from left to right. So that's the only thing that is potentially precarious is if you don't feel like you can make that jump. And also the run would be ripped if you, say, purchased and equipped Acro Circus before doing this part. Because with Acro Circus equipped, you can't make that jump. Okay. Yeah, Stop back into the sauna. We'll do some safety. It's always good to have more booty time. Quick booty time safeties. Ow. Might do another one here since they got a free shot in on me. You want to get them back into the loop again with full health. There we go. Back into the loop. Oh yes. Those dimples are too hot for Twitch. So make sure, just as a reminder, we are doing this for a wonderful charity. Please, if you have anything that you can spare, all the proceeds go toward feeding the hungry children, which is a very important thing. We don't want anybody to be going hungry this time of year, or any time of year, really. But we want to do everything we can to help. So Big Mike was nice enough to put those links in the chat. Anything and everything is greatly appreciated. Big Mike, it does feel a little bit weird. It does feel a little bit weird going slow. I will work on those volume levels for my microphone. I want to say that I kind of have to skew the balance of everything. Yeah, I kind of have to skew the balance of everything on my side down a little bit low, so I apologize if if turning up your own volume ends up being the solution. But it's primarily because like just the way the balances end up working on OBS on my side, so I do apologize for that. Strawberry, we are going to punch these folks in the face several hundred times in total. Like over 200 times in total. Right now, if you look at my cash in the top left, we're closing in on $500 here. I'm farming up to 813 specifically. At that point, we can go back and traverse the first half of the game. There is a cap. The cap, you do cap out at $999.99, which is a problem because you need about $1,900 to purchase everything in the game. So I don't know if they expected you to do it as a tandem or what have you, but achieving the money cap is technically not part of the completionist. Instead, it was just a matter of purchasing everything. But that's a good point. That is a good point. Technically, in these runs, I never achieved the money cap, or I haven't. Although I could. For you folks, I could. Actually, the second part of the farm gets us within $20 of max, so it'd only be another, half a minute or so. Yeah, needing $1,900 in general is a big mood. That is for sure. Yeah, the Prolix, this is the longest category I could think of for this. I can't, until somebody makes a randomizer for it. We spend 2 hours trying to figure out where Thor is. And indeed, yes, that's a very good point. The health club is an excellent safety for this whole thing. The entrance randomizer. And you could randomize the items in the shops too, and how much they cost. So you force you to, like, basically it's just like, you know, that farming exercise that you do when you go to get cash. Yeah, you gotta find, yeah. Like, just replace random items with items that actually gate progress. I know there are options. This game, despite its open world feel, is very linear. So oh, that's a fair point. That is a fair point, Nate. We are nearing the completion of the first part of the grind. And again, if I actually let either of these guys get a hold of me, they might be able to kill me in like 2 shots. As you may recall, the one time that I did feel the need to top off my health at the sauna, I had 9 bars of health. I stepped outside and one of them struck me and I immediately dropped to 5. So we're still a glass cannon for a little while longer. We'll get a bit beefier in a little while. But for now, young Zaphod plays it safe. Ow! I heard it. I didn't see it, but I heard it. Okay, 5 bars. We'll top back off again. There's no need to be silly here. Plus, everybody loves more booty time. So. Look at it again. Yeah, the Kunio-kun series is quite vast. This was, I believe, the 3rd installation of the Kunio-kun series, behind Renegade and Super Dodgeball. I might be... I think I'm getting that right. Thank you, Big Mike, for picking up on that for me. I'm not familiar with that one, but again, there's many, many segments of the internet that I am not, thankfully. No! I'm out of here. How much health do I have? Okay. God. Like, one more shot. One more shot might have killed me. And back in again. Fortunately, every time I kill them both, that is equal to exactly 2 booty time trips. Alright. Whew. That was a little scary there for a second. What's going on, Elra? Alrighty, so we are not long now. About $40 away. said 813 is my go away price. Last one. Okay. That is farm number 1 down. Now we go backwards. That guy is stuck in the middle of nowhere. I guess I should kill him. Ah, I missed him. Come on down. Okay. Stay there. Alright, there we go. We're in there. Very important jump. So, whoa. So first stop right here. This is where we're gonna start to get beefy. Because we were here we bought the gold medal on the way in, and now we're gonna buy everything else. And that clears out the Merlin's shop. Oh, no you don't. You want my treasure. Well, it's mine, you understand. Mine, all mine. What a rush. Feathers started flying everywhere. What am I supposed to do with this thing? Alright, so now, as you can see, our health is a little bit better than it was before. So let's be careful, because there are some pits around here. Definitely don't want to be jumping into any pits. Almost done backtracking. We will make one stop on the way back. Now. Ah, it's so nice. Right, that is... Oh, you know what? I didn't mark Blade. I didn't mark Rocco when I killed him. Pretty darn funny how absent-minded I am. Alright, and here we can start the old shopping. So now we are going to consume one of everything in the game. We're going to do half of that now, roughly. And as I mentioned earlier, I assure you that that Ryan has a bag of holding in his esophagus. He's not actually eating these things, he is saving them to give to the children after the marathon. That's one shop down. Let's go next door. This one requires a bit of menuing afterwards because these are only to-go items. We'll eat them all now. Did I say eat? I mean store in the bag of holding. Munch, munch, munch. Alright. Let's go to the sushi bar. Sushi bar has 3 different menus. We gotta make sure we get everything. We'll start with the cheap stuff. At least we get this awesome shop music while we're going through all of this. Like, the shop music is really, really good. Also, shoutouts to Conger. That Conger eel. Let's get some expensive stuff. There was one time that somebody asked me why I bothered doing this speed run. And I said, oh, you know, I just did it for the halibut. Yeah, that's a good question. What is the onomatopoeia? That is a fair point, Last Honor. It's a fair point. I already bought that. Okay, so the shop is done. And now we'll go into the bookstore here. We are going to purchase Acro Circus. We're not going to purchase Dragon Feet because we have time to purchase that later, although this is the only place we can purchase Acro Circus. We are not going to equip Acro Circus because it changes the trajectory of our jump. We don't want to do that right now. Just because it's easier to not have to bother with that right now. Let's see, so we're going to buy a whole bunch of books. These are not technique books, so they go away when we read them. Apparently Ryan gets so excited when he reads a book, he just tears it to shreds. And again, being careful not to equip Acro Circus yet, because it's not time. We're gonna just plow through some of these books. Really enjoyed the light reading. Your destiny awaits you at River City High. Spoilers. Go to Chez Wale and eat it all up. Get this onion soup, bowl and all. Well, we take the bowl and all because we want to be able to give it to the kids, so it needs to be delivered to them in a bowl. What do you get, hungry children? You get them veal. Okay. We'll go to Mao's next. When I played this game as a kid, whenever I felt like I needed some more stamina, I always came back and got the fried rice. But that's just because I like fried rice. I had no concept for the stats on any of this stuff. It was just, oh, come on. Fried rice, get some pepper beef. Yeah. It's the good stuff right there. Go to Merv's, and this is where some menuing really kicks in as well, because every single item you order, she's going to ask if you want it to go, and you want to say no, so that it goes straight into the gullet. Otherwise you have to do extra menuing. So you go, is this what you want? Yes. Do you want it to go? No. Go. Gonna go to the second menu. Too much mashing. Gotta be careful when you mash. Get that Merv malt going. And then the one qualifier here that I say is we buy one of every unique item on these menus. The one exception to this is the smile. Because while the smile is listed as free both here and at one other place, the server is a different person, and we want each of their individual smiles. Because everybody's unique. So here's smile number 1. Ryan blushed. Okay, so that should take care of the waterfront mall. So we are moving right along to make sure. Oh, actually, we're not completely done with the mall. We gotta go to the pharmacy next. Pick up a few items here. Some of these are really good for stamina regeneration. Specifically the Karma Jolt and the Omni Elixir. And you see how the money worked out? We're down to $7. So I am going to take the vitamins and the Digestol and the Recharge. But I'll hold on to the Karma Jolt and the Omni Elixir. Just in case. Until we're done with the second farming, and then I will go through them. Okay, so now we want to make sure that we don't forget to take care of Turk and Mojo and Thor on our way back to seeing Benny and Clyde again. Yeah, his constitution is something else. Ryan's ability to just hold things in is pretty impressive. And then to go for a run right after is... Wow, what a block. Turk goes down in 2 rounds instead of like 4 or 5. Mojo is down in 2 rounds as well. Turk and Mojo. We don't have the money for Flatiron's Mall, but we will get there. Ow. Yikes. Oh, that was too early. Too early of a jump. We still will have one more chance. There goes Thor. It'll be Thor in the morning. Okay. Now, Benny and Clyde farm again. But now with the extra power-up, I don't have to do a running punch at the second one. I'm also going to start looking out for the other 5 gangs that I need. So, let's see. So I get internationals, this is good. Come on. That's 2. 4. Jeez, it is. 6. And 9. There we go. That's internationals done. What am I doing in health? Took a chunk. cowboys. 3. 7. There we go. I'll stand here for a second just to make sure I've gotten them all, but that was all the cowboys. What's going on, Smith? The plague, nice. That's 2. 4. Nobody else coming? Goof, please! Alright, that's the plague. Might even want help now. And this is why we held on to some of the stuff. Let's use the Karma Jolt. There we go. So again, trying to clear out the other. So I got 2 more gangs. I got Mob and Squids. Here's the Squids. Really good draws here. 2. 4. 8. Alrighty. So there are my squids. Now I just need the mob. Mob is actually hard to come by at this farm spot, as well as at the first farm spot. So they're the ones that are a bit on the rare side, but we got plenty of time because I still need another like $870 odd. So this is the longer farm. Amazingly enough. And just for Nate, I am gonna max out the cash. I'm gonna get the $9.99, $9.99. Or I'm sorry, the $9.99, $9.99. It makes a good point about completionist lacking that piece. Like my notes say that the next step is to farm for $9.79. Oh, that was the mob and I ran away. What an idiot. This particular category, absolutely. This category, this is just a fun way of having it apply. To the theme of our event, because I'm buying up all the food. Not messing around over there. I know, I'm down to like normal human levels of health. Let's use this Omni Elixir. Oh, what's going on, Murdoch? There we go. That's a bit better. The next time the mob shows up, I'll end up being less tentative on the screen transitions, and I'll stop getting hit so much. And then everything will be A-okay. Plus, we can always do backup safety sauna trips and stuff, too. Those squids and their desire to throw weapons at me. did it again. I was looking at my notes. Running away from the mob. At Nate's advice. Oh, here we go. 2. 4. 5 more gang members. 3 more gang members. Oh gosh. 1 more gang member. There we go. We've done it. We've defeated all 81 unique gang members. We did it. And because I am now immediately dashing back on that squid pattern, I'm not getting wrecked. Because I don't need to farm any more individual gang members anymore. What's going on, Tex? So we're gonna do this until we are at max money. And then we can finish our shopping and finish the run. Except the run aspect, the actual fighting, apart from all the farming, like the actual boss killing is the fastest part of this entire endeavor. Making sure we go and acquire everything is the far more lengthy process. As you can see by the timer, we've been going for 50 minutes now. My best time in this category is 1 hour and 11 minutes and change, which I did here on this channel, which is kind of fun. Oh, he still got me. Damn that chain with its awesome reach. So yeah, you'll notice under the shop section of my chart, I have 2 items that aren't really related to shopping. But, you know, they're just kind of extraneous things. Because another one of the qualifications for completionist is we do have to save Cindy. You know, this isn't anything that's really hidden or special or unknown. People are aware that after you defeat the twins, Cindy is in that hallway. You can go into her room and find her. She doesn't seem to care all that much that you saved her. She's just complaining that it took you so long and she has shopping she needs to finish. But the other item is listed as stat check. I always have marbles in my pockets. That sounded wrong. Meant to be, never mind. So, the other thing is stat check, because the other part of the completionist category is that we need to max out all of our stats. And if I pause here, and I go to my status, you can see all these different stats here of varying degree. 63 is the max for most of them except for stamina. But we want to get everything to 63. Everything has to be up there for it to qualify. And since there's no opportunity after the run to check, we require a check before the run ends. I usually go to the menu and check while I'm celebrating as Simon is dying at the very end. It's a bit precarious though, because you only have 10 seconds to remember to check. So maybe we'll check after we've saved Cindy, but before we go and fight Simon. Before we go and do the fence dance to end the run. So you can tell this farm is a bit easier than the first one, because there's less precision in the movement between the two guys, since I can just walk straight down toward the other one. I don't have to do any sort of diagonal walk to build some spacing to do a dashing punch, because I don't need the dashing punch. I can just do a standing punch and it does enough damage, thanks to all of the things that I have consumed. Reaching the midway point of this farm. Coming down the home stretch, as it were. And again, it's $7 a pair, but needing $1,900 to purchase all the things. If it was just the two of them that we were fighting and we weren't killing the other 81 unique gang members and collecting their coins and killing the bosses and collecting their coins, then I would say that we probably kill... Well, taking that into consideration, I would say we probably kill Benny and Clyde about 250 times in this run. And they barely get a word in edgewise. Well, that's not true. They do get a word in pretty much every time. But, what they don't frequently get is a chance to hit me. So I got that going for me, which is nice. Thanks. Guys sure are aggressive sometimes. That is for certain. So yeah, if anybody wanted to learn to speedrun this game, I'd say that's a great idea, and I strongly recommend that you don't run this category. Just because of how dull it is. It does not appropriately give you the idea for what the other speedrun categories are like. Big Bear, thank you so much for that host. I do appreciate that. Playing this on the novice difficulty level is the more traditional speedrun. And it is just a big old boss rush when you do the speedrun, but it is a lot of fun if you like RNG. like Groundhog Day over here. Yeah, they hit the alarm goes off at 6 a.m. Yeah, put your little hand in mine, and smacks the alarm clock. Gets shower, eats some breakfast, brushes his teeth, goes to work, gets punched in the face and dies. Wakes up tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Yeah, put your little hand in mine. You know. Just... he goes, oh, nuts. Took a couple hits there. How am I doing? 10 bars? Okay. Also, 1 hour hype. I got you, coin. You would think, yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen any vehicles in this, in this game. Have we? Or maybe there's some, like, broken down ones in the back somewhere. Other games have vehicles. Like, I know RCR Underground, at one point you're going through a tunnel and there's cars and stuff, so... yeah, it's... actuals are sketchy. My approximation is 250 each. Based upon the amount of total money that I need, but knowing that I get some money from killing every gang member once and killing all the bosses. Yo. Thank you to the anonymous gifter for gifting 10 subs to RGL. Really appreciate that. That is wonderful. Thank you so very much for that. Missed the dash input there. Alright, we are... we're getting there. Over 900 now. so very close now. Technically, for the speedrun, this would be it, but these next few kills are for Nate. Because we do want to achieve max money ever so briefly. Here we go. There we go. Max money acquired. Those are specifically for you, Nate. Alright, so let's see. I want to make sure I'm buying all this stuff in the right order. Actually, come back over here. I think this is where I want to start. Yes, it is. Okay. Yo, what's going on, Rufford? Dr. Mutilated? How we doing? Okay, so I get the vitamins, get the date saver, love potion, antidote. And we don't need to buy the Karma Jolt. Actually, I think technically I didn't need to buy the vitamins, but that's okay. We bought it twice. Why the heck not? Catching up on chat a little bit, and Strawberry, I'm inclined to agree with you. If they're gonna be like that about it, you just have it all. Please leave me alone, you know? Here's Hack's Chicken Shack. This is the other one that serves the smile. And the same amount of menuing here, where do you want this? Do you want it to go? And then you don't take it to go. Oh, Excalibur was acquired much earlier on. In fact, Merlin's shop was the first shop we bought out. One of the keys to the speedrun is getting, after you get Stone Hands, you go and get $100. I'll buy the milk here too. You go and get $100, and you buy the gold medal, because that makes your punch strong enough to kill Benny and Clyde with like one running punch each. Just eating out local towns. Closing down malls. The humblest of beginnings. And I get the corn cobber. It's very important. And then we need to get the second smile. Ryan blushed. There we go. Okay. So, oh, actually, yeah, I want to hit this bookshop at the very end. Next, I want to hit both of these bookshops on the way back. There's two shops over here, though, you may not have noticed. We're gonna get this tea. Drink the tea. That's what I do every time I go onto Twitter. I drink the tea. Gotta use that carrot cake as well. Go into Kate's Cookies. I'll buy all the cookies. these cookies into our bag of holding for the children. So we're not technically done with Oak Hill Mall yet, because we need to buy items from those two bookshops that we passed. We will come back to them at the end. But like I said, technique books take up space in your inventory permanently. So, we, ow. There we go. Made the jump. It's that jump we have to make twice. So we gotta get back. The only way to get back is to make the jump. Alright, so here we go. Into CD seller. We're gonna buy a bunch of CDs for $9.95 a piece. Some of the flavor text when you use these is pretty good too, so let's try not to mash through too much. Let's go R&B. Started jamming. Hot tunes filled the air. Oh, that's not new. Typical pop, I guess. Hot tunes filled the air. Classical better not be hot tunes. It was, well, I mean, okay, fair play to classical music. They are some hot tunes, but yeah, the flavor text from the toy store is a bit better. There's a ton of money to be spent here at the toy store. Okay. Let's play with some toys. Took a break and played the Maze Craze game. It was almost as fun as River City Ransom. Little shout out to the game that you're currently playing. The belt was quite amazing, but not too fashionable. While nobody was watching, Ryan hugged the bear. He shouldn't be ashamed. Always give bear hugs. Always, always. These four are all takeaway meat items, so we gotta go into the menu and eat them up. Absolutely, we're gonna buy everything. At least every individual unique item. So there are a couple items that you can buy in multiple places. We're only gonna buy those ones. What a great piece of meat. Burp. Great piece of meat. Burp. Here's where things get a little complicated, because for shoes, I do want to buy everything, but you can't hold on to all of these shoes. It's not possible to hold on to all of these shoes. So literally what we end up doing is we buy them, and then we throw them all away. We will hold on to the Texas boots. So that way we are wearing a pair of shoes. Yeah, I mean, it does emulate life a little too directly. Buying shoes and throwing them away. Get that kick and agility. It's good stuff. Working our way back through the shops here. We got the Sweet Tooth. And by not buying stuff to keep in our inventory, like the technique books, we're able to buy 5-item shops out in one go, thus saving us a little bit of extra menuing and avoiding double dipping into shops. We're almost at the end here. In fact, the very last place, the last sit-in eatery we're gonna hit is the ice cream place, the Roman Cow. Then we come over here to this bookshop, and we are going to buy Fatal Steps. That finishes the small off. So let me come over here. That finishes off flat irons. We're just flying now. It's crazy. Oof. Be careful. Don't want to run into any. I don't want to jump off of anything right now. There we go. I already killed this guy. Okay, now 2 more books to buy, or 3 more books to buy. Buy Grand Slam. And gonna buy Dragon Feet and Javelin Man. Leaves us with $20.04. All of our shopping is done. Done buying stuff there. So now let's learn some techniques, shall we? Let's learn Acro Circus, Fatal Steps, Grand Slam, Dragon Feet, and Javelin Man. So now we are fully equipped. Do one more quick stopover. One last booty time for the road. Let's see. Let's do the stat check now. Here's the stat check. We can mark this off as done. These are all of our stats are all maxed out now. All the 63 stamina and max power maxed out to 127. So we are good to go for the home stretch. This is Javelin Man in action. It's really hard to judge. Okay, there is Ivan. Bound to hit a wall here. I can't do my spiffy gymnasium jump here because I have acro circle. That's okay. That's Otis. I believe Tex is on this floor. Tex. Twins are actually going to be a bit of a handful with all these speed boosts and stuff. I don't think I normally don't equip everything beforehand. I always equip it all at the very end. So I'm just so used to fighting twins normally. Alright. Let's see. What could possibly go wrong? No! There we go, we got the dialogue skip and everything. Brilliant. And here's Cindy. I've got a lot of shopping to do. Alright. Home stretch. Just Simon to kill now. Alright, here we go. I can't do my fence jump. And time. There we go. Everything done. 100% of the game complete. In just under an hour and a half. So we defeated all 13 bosses. We killed all 81 unique gang members. We bought each unique item from the 5 malls. Did a sauna trip multiple times for safety. We saved Cindy. We maxed out our stats. We maxed out our money. Shoutouts to Bald Nate. We learned every technique. Did the whole thing. Thank you so much for all the GGs. Yeah, that runs a lot of silly fun. That is for sure. But this is where I leave you for now. I'm gonna pass it off to Ant, who's gonna do some Chippendale Rescue Rangers. Thank you all so very much for watching, and stay tuned, and thank you for the donations. Keep them coming in. We're going to help feed the children. And we'll just keep on grooving to this credits music.